Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
This little bridge street out here, just this beautiful restored area. It's just so wonderful, right? What do you call it? The harbor there, actually the harbor. And what are they going to do? Aren't those fun? Yeah. Well, now they just received the best pastry in America award, and they got some kind of grant, and then, but now they are going to put a steel plant right by the harbor, right there, a steel plant. And it has the blessing of the town. Okay. Well, maybe they want to reopen or start the industry again in America, which I'm all for, but not on that. Maybe. I think some people, you would think that they're more concerned about quote unquote economic development, but no, that's okay. Like too much stuff going on. Yeah. I got scariest picture of all. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going first because then I don't have to compare myself to anybody. This is a photograph taken in New York near Niagara Falls in a park, and I'm a native New Yorker. So, and it was on top of the pile, so I just took it. And what it says to me is what a wonderful thing nature is, and that people can get out into nature and have a picnic. And that moved me. I also enjoyed the diversity of people in the photograph.
Yeah, so Niagara Falls is one of the 10 wonders of the world, and people come from all over the world to see this, and many of them bring their own lunches. And so this, I call this Picnic in the Park after the Seurat painting, but that has a lot of bustles and, you know, carriages, and this is much more informal America. Okay, great, thank you. Who's next? Oh, here. Go ahead.
Can I go next because I am not the picture I selected is also Niagara Falls, and I picked it number one because it's a photograph from Ontario, and I think I admire the Canadians for their perspective on conservation. A lot more conscientious, I think, some places than the Americans are. But
Here, can you speak here? Yeah.
But the interesting thing is, in contrast to the first photograph, this shows the falls itself and the power of nature and the beauty of nature, and that's one of the main reasons people go there to see it, is to behold this power. But if you look really closely at the photograph, way back in here, you see some very insignificant people standing on the edge of the cliff who are, you know, looking at how pretty it is and that sort of thing. But what it says to me is nature is so much more significant and so much more powerful and so much more enduring than we are. That falls has been there for however many thousands and thousands of years, since the glaciers, millions since it was created, and we're only here for a few years each. Another thing, over here, way in the mist, you've probably heard of the Maid of the Mist ship or boat that people get on to go up as close to the falls as they can. And you can't get all that close because the power of the falls is so much that it keeps people back. So the photograph spoke to me because it really shows the power and the beauty of nature and sort of says how insignificant in some ways that we are in comparison.
So the caption says that 3.8 million homes are electrified with the power that comes off this falls. Yes.
About how powerful it is.
Years ago, there was a program about the falls, and I don't know which channel it was on, but it was about how the falls was formed and how every year it was going back. It's traveling, it was sort of like a natural history program. And interestingly now, man is trying to keep it where it is. It has traveled all the way from the beginning, I guess from Lake Ontario, and it's washing its way back, making this canyon, and it was really a fascinating program. I don't know if the library would have it, or, has anybody else seen that?
It's on PBS.
Yeah. Yeah, well, maybe the channel. Oh, maybe I've seen.
Yeah, PBS.
You should tell
You
them.
can find it online, probably.
Oh, it was really an interesting program.
Okay, next. This was one of the very first good photographs that I took. That kind of pointed a direction to me that this project was going to work. So, go ahead.
I chose this photo because I am a native Clevelander, and this is kind of what I think of, or was my childhood kind of image of Lake Erie, or being by the lake, unfortunately, unlike the first photo we saw. A few weeks ago, I flew from Chicago to Cleveland and was really appalled at the lake shore and the activity and like piles that we saw of coal and limestone and whatnot. So I think Cleveland could do a lot. This happens to be Ashtabula, but many parts of Cleveland look similar, and I think that Cleveland could do a lot better by its lake than to have this kind of activity going on. Of course, we do it for our own convenience. And I have great faith that the planet will outlive us, as the former speaker mentioned. But meanwhile, I don't really think we have to muck it up, whether it's coal mining or petrochemicals or plastics or whatever other nonsense that we do for our own benefit.
So, just for information about this photograph, I took it in part because it reminded me of a carnival ride or something like that. But it's very serious matter. They're taking this is a train with coal, and it's somehow unloaded at the base here, each coal car, and then it's transferred to a conveyor belt that takes it to the other side of the river, where the boats are waiting, or the barges are waiting to carry the coal to distant ports, often a long way away. And it's probably coming from Appalachia, so it's the soft coal.
The bad news is, my brother lives in Ashtabula, and Bridge Street there, that's right along the harbor, has been named the best main street in America, and they even won an award. However, the city fathers are going to build a steel mill at the harbor. So anybody that can do anything about that, help, because there's certain people in Ashtabula who really do not want that, but I think it's already in motion within 2 years. I don't know.
Another thing about photography capturing history is that this has closed. So the people who were in charge of you know, this port have moved the coal business to Sandusky.
Yeah.
So they're no longer running this. Anyway.
Can I go next? I'm having trouble holding my photograph. I'm delicately balancing it, and it's a scary photograph. But it reminds me, as I delicately hold this, because I don't want to ruin the photograph or crimp the edges at all, it reminds me of the frailty of the lake. And I lived on the lake as a child at my grandmother's home, and